Hello, this is Ozon from IBM Power Systems Lab Services. On this video series, I would like to show you some 3-tier SAP HANA replication examples. I would like to make it like a real-life scenario. I will set up a two-site HANA replication. I will set up, take over, and then fail back. And I will really crash the systems and check the data integrity. I am really sorry for the quality of this video. This is my first experience with Macintosh screen capture and it was a disaster, but it will be better on the second video, which will be a SUSE cluster example. There is also the fun sound of my Macintosh, which is disturbing, but I will be also pasting all the commands that I run on this video on a separate web page. My setup consists 3 virtual machines, and this will be a 3-tier setup. The first 2 virtual servers are running in the same physical box, and I will be doing a sync replication in between them. The third SUSE Linux Enterprise server for SAP applications runs on another box, and I will be doing the ASYNC replication. Because the video is fuzzy, I put the commands as a separate picture, and these are the commands that I run. It's always the same. First, enable the replication on the source node and stop the second node, register as a second site, and start and check the replication status. And on the third node, first you enable it on the second node as a source system and register as a async replication for the third node. Okay, this is the picture again. First do the sync replication, and after that finish with async replication. So first I need to do the enablement on a Node1. It's a easy process actually. I run the sr enable command and give a site name. It's site 1 node 1 on this example, and on the second node I check if it's stop. Only after that I will register it as a second sync node. The most important part here is the replication mode, and it's sync for this example, and it is doing the default delta shipping method. And after that I'll start the HANA database. And run the monitoring script provided by SAP. You can also run a SQL script or check from HANA Studio. I prefer CLI. It will take some time to sync. Okay, let's do the third tier. Be careful about checking this picture because the DB1 and the DB2 are on the same site, and I call them site 1 node 1 and site 1 node 2, and the third node I call it as a site 2 because this is a real example. For example, 2 boxes are in Istanbul and the last one is in Ankara. Let's enable the replication on the second node as a source system and register the third node, but first check if the database is running. It should be stopped. Okay, I registered as a async replication mode. Now check it on the first node, and you will see that the first node already knows about the third node, even though it there was no command issued on the first one, so they know each other. Let's start the database on the third node, which is another city for this scenario. Database is started. I check this script again. You can see the replication status is active and sync and async sites are okay. Part 2, failover test and data integrity. The plan is the following. Let's check the diagrams first. I will crash the first node by sending a kernel panic to the Linux operating system. Only after the crash I will run the takeover command from the second system, and I will check if the data which I created on the first node. On the second part I will be doing the takeover on the second side, the third node, after crashing the second node, and I will also check the data integrity and my new created tables. Okay, let's create some example data. I will create some test tables to check them later. Let's double check the replication status. Everything is active. Let's crash the first node. When you crash it, the HANADB Studio will go crazy to reconnect it, and you'll see it now. It is done. The first node is gone. You'll see. I'll try to reconnect it. No response. Let's try to take over on the second node. I suggest always using CLI on these operations again. Takeover is done. The HANADB Studio still tries to connect to the first node and it's not responsive. So now I would like to connect to the second node. From the command line to SQL, I will connect to the database and run some select queries to check the data which were created on first node. And this is a real life scenario. You crash the first node and check if your data is available on the second node. So I will just be connecting to database and run simple select. You can see that these new created test tables are on the second node available, and you can see that the HANA Studio is responding just now after 2 minutes. So I always prefer the command line. Okay, let's run the system replication command on the second node. You can see only the async replication between the site 1, node 2 and site 2 is shown. Let's crash the second node and make a scenario. Oh, the first node is just up. Just crash the second node with a kernel panic and make a takeover on the third node, which is a disaster site. So this is also a nice example. If all your nodes are down in one city, is your data still safe within HANA? Just run the takeover command on the third node because this is a small database, it will be quick. Sorry for my fun sound from this Macintosh computer. Okay, the node 3 is up. Let's connect to the third node and try to check my data which were originally created on the first node. Okay, you can see that my test tables are already on the third node, which is on the second state. Nice. Now a disaster is up and running, but my source systems are also fixed, and I would like to fail back to my primary site. This part is rather long and complex, so I would like to explain it slower. So okay, now my disaster site, which is node 3, is active. First, I will do a failover. For that, I need to enable replication on site 2 and node 3. I will register the second node on the first site, and I will wait it for the sync. Then I will create some tables on the disaster site node 2. Then I will do a takeover to my site 1, city 1, node 2. It's actually a failback. Then I will check the data that I created on the disaster site if it's synced to the primary site again. Then I will enable the third tier, which is the node 1 on site 1, and I will check the replication status, and I will hope for the best. Okay, the second node is up, and you can see that because I crashed, the file systems are broken. I need to do a VG scan and a PV scan and a VG change activate to mount my file systems again, because it was really crashed. Let's enable the replication on the disaster side. It is already enabled, so okay. We will be doing the same thing again. First we register everything. First I will be registering node 3 to node 2, the ASYNC replication, and site 1. Should be done. Let's start Hana. It is starting. Meanwhile, create some tables on the disaster side and check if they are created on the primary site. Because in the disaster site we are still working. The production is not stopped. So great. Let's create table 5 and 6. It is done. So when the application is synced, I will be doing a takeover to the main site. Let's check. Escape system replication. It means save point pending. Let's check. At last, okay. We are ready for failback. Okay, let's make a failover again to the primary side. I will do log off now because it will go crazy if I don't do that. Now, after this is finished, I will be doing the sync memory sync replication from node 2 to node 1, and I will be ensuring my high availability in the primary system. You see, the database is going up, CPU, some CPU is used. We are done. This guy is out, this third node is out now. Okay, let's I will just be changing the names. It's a single application. Let's check if it's enabled already. It is already enabled. The disks are not. Let's check. Okay, this disk is okay. Easy scan. Oh, easy change. Let's type in again. I did it. This is operating system must be covered from a crash. So maximum is type error, I think. Let's register the third node. It's down. So the site name must be different and photos should be SUSE 2.1. I think I am tired. Huh? Start the HANA database again. Let's check the replication status. prepare this for the third node because I will be doing the disaster async replication again. It's a full failback scenario. Let's check if my new created database from disaster are already synced to my production site. Yes, you can see table 5 and 6, they are in the production site, so no data loss. Yes, it is active. Let's do the third disaster nodes async application. Stop the Hana. Register again. Okay. First I need to enable it on the second passive node, and I run the register command on the third, and you see the configuration is there but the HANA is not up. Let's start it up. No data loss for us today.